Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, where Sans is even. But hey, that's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching.
lacking memories of anything prior. Their appearance, their personality, all their little quirks, they're all stripped away in favor of the basic model. However, there is a loophole with these rejuvenators. As we all saw in the movie, certain actions can cause resurgence of memories within the gem, causing the gem affected by the rejuvenator to be restored to their previous state, memories and appearance intact. So between this and Steven's demonstration that the rejuvenator can be broken, it makes sense that these tools weren't effective long-term for Homeworld, and why Homeworld just gave up on the rejuvenator entirely after the shattering of Pink Diamond. Shifting gears over to Pink Steven, everything that makes a Steven's gem have is found within this being. Yet Pink Steven is clearly not a normal gem. Because all of Steven's humanity is anchored to his organic half, Pink Steven remains blank-faced and static, unable to convey any proper emotion unless anchored to his organic half, as seen when the two are fusing back into one. However, without humanity restraining him both physically and emotionally, Pink Steven appears to be one of the most powerful gems in existence, being able to take White Diamond's attacks head-on. Yet, it's important to know that when Pink Steven was reforming, he did cycle through the forms of Pink Diamond and Rose Quartz. Couple this with the fact that Steven has access to Pink Diamond's memories, and according to his own words in Change Your Mind, his ability to feel her feelings, it's understandable that one would make the argument that Pink Diamond remains within Steven's gemstone somewhere. Not just pieces of her, but the entire diamond. So with everything recapped and established, if someone were to separate Steven from his gemstone, take a rejuvenator and swipe right through, would Pink Steven be reset back to Pink Diamond? And I believe based off what we've seen of Pink Steven, the answer would be yes, but no at the same time. If you hit Pink Steven with a rejuvenator, I do believe the gem will regress back into Pink Diamond's form. It would only be Pink Diamond's form. And even then, I don't think they would look exactly like Pink Diamond. Pink Steven as a whole appears to be more holographic than other gems. There's no black lines or solid colors present within its design. It's strictly and entirely pink hues. Where we look at other gems, including Pink Diamond, they're illustrated and colored with human traits assigned to them. That may come across as weird, but having black outlines throughout a gem's design makes them feel a bit more human and real in that world. Even the coloring of hair for gems like Pink Diamond feels a bit more alive, I suppose, because it's a much lighter shade than the rest of her pigmentation. With Pink Steven, all of the pink hues really blend together. It creates the illusion of Steven, while also creating the illusion of something that's not real. While Pink Steven definitely has mass, and is a tangible being, you wouldn't really guess that just by looking at him. It looks like you'd phase right through him. So I imagine with Pink Diamond, the form and figure would play by those same rules. However, if Pink Steven was simply just a remolded Pink Diamond, he would ideally possess some of her personality traits or quirks, but instead, we have, well, nothing. Nothing except a roaring she's gone. But even that was radically different from what we've seen of Pink, and I believe that's because, again, Steven's humanity was on the other side of the room. And I don't think a rejuvenated form would change much. You would essentially get a figure that looks like Pink Diamond, that has Pink Diamond's abilities, and a form of sentience and consciousness, but that's really all. You wouldn't get Pink Diamond walking around, chatting it up as if she was never gone. You would have essentially what you've gotten with Pink Steven, just with a different form. Although I do believe, much like the Crystal Gems in the movie, Pink Diamond can still be refreshed on Steven's memories, and reform back to Pink Steven, just by a simple touch, hold, and dance with Steven, just as with normal Pink Steven in Change Your Mind. Now, ultimately, I don't really think this would be explored in Steven Universe Future, and if it is, I could be entirely wrong, but this concept kind of defeats the purpose of Pink Steven in the first place, the fact that Steven isn't Pink Diamond, so it doesn't really make that much sense to explore it. But as always, these are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. such a simple yet intriguing mystery in the show. First appearing in Lion 3 straight to video, and after a few more times traversing into Lion's Mane, they finally drew attention to it in the episode Lion 4 Alternate Ending, when Steven attempts to open the treasure chest with his giant pink key. However, the first act of Steven Universe the movie just kinda slaps us right in the face, as when Steven transports into Lion's Mane in order to take a shortcut into Beach City, and once more not drawing any attention to it, the chest appears, but it's wide open. It's not elaborated on, it's not even alluded to, it's just there, wide out in the open. So naturally, everyone's wondering, well, what's inside? I have a few ideas of what could be in the chest. Some exciting, and one being something no one wants to hear. But that doesn't mean it's not worth digging into. So with all that said, let's dive in. Alright, so possibility one is the most popular idea. Many people suspect that within Lion's treasure chest lies Steven's brand new jacket. This stylish university jacket will be Rose's final gift to our titular hero, meant for Steven to obtain when she reaches a certain age. After all, Rose wanted to give Steven the full reading comics and watching some films that would have been pretty hardcore 80s. Rose could begin to form the idea of how humans should live in her head. I'm talking Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dirty Dancing, The Breakfast Club, Back to the Future. Heck, if the story of Steven Universe begins in around 2013, 2014, Rose and Greg's relationship would have also went through the 90s. And yeah, considering Steven Universe takes place in the alternate history, these films may not exist exactly as they are, but some iteration or parody of them do. It's cartoon logic 101. The point is, this quote-unquote human culture, she would have taken all the cheap cliches at face value, which includes everything that comes with the significance of turning 16. So in addition to crafting a video made just for Steven, Rose could have also whipped up, or at least commissioned, a pink varsity jacket made just for Steven. Thinking, when he gets this, he will be peak 16-year-old. Nothing will get in his way. Now, of course, there's the obvious question of, well, how did Rose know this would fit Steven exactly? Because when you look at it, it is a pretty good fit. But at the same time, Steven isn't exactly the tallest 16-year-old. Heck, it looks like Connie still has an inch or two on him. But for that, I would argue that this jacket could have played a role into Steven's growth spurt. We know that Steven's physical appearance is reflective of how he feels mentally. So it's possible that he could have achieved this varsity jacket at a point where he was already growing. But the first time he put it on, it didn't quite fit. However, the gesture was still for Steven. He viewed it as such a huge symbol of growth that as he continued to age, he mentally adjusted himself to grow into the jacket perfectly, leading to the fashionable hero that we see today. But in this scenario, you may be wondering, how do they even and for that, I see your possibility. The key was actually inside Pearl's gem, but considering Pearl didn't even know who Lion was when Rose passed, she was probably pretty confused. Hey Pearl, hold on to this. Oh, thanks, what is it? Wait, Rose, why is there a baby crying? And possibly too, whether skinny gem but finally amethyst could have just shaped it into the perfect mold that fits into the chest, allowing Steven to unlock it. Surprise, surprise, for gems it'd be a pretty easy task to just unlock anything. So if you take any of them off, and they know where you live, you better watch yourself. But wrapping that up, this takes me to possibility 2. The chest won't be explored in the show, but in the upcoming video game, Unleash the Light. Steven Universe Unleash the Light is a sequel to Save the Light, which was a sequel to Attack the Light, and so far the first 2 installments in this trilogy have been considered level 2 canon. As in, they did happen. All of these events are canonical, but the Crewniverse brainstormed something up later that contradicts the games, then the games would no longer be canon. However, as of this year in the Steven Universe podcast, Rebecca Sugar has just referred to Save the Light in itself as canon. Not level 1, not level 2, it just is what it is. So pairing up that change of tune to the fact that Unleash the Light will also be co-written by Rebecca Sugar, and going off its first screenshot, will take place after Change Your Mind, so thus within that 2-year time skip, it's possible that Sugar felt that this chest could be explained in the game, thus giving people incentive to play it. Not much is known about Unleash the Light, and we have no idea why the light creatures are back as enemies. Especially when Save the Light has 2 endings that you can choose from. One where Steven keeps the light prism, and one where the prism goes with Hessonite. Not to stray off topic, but it is possible that Hessonite could be involved once more in this game's plotline. And whatever the light is after, it could involve something with the chest inside Lion's Mane, sending Steven and the Crystal Gems on a mission to find the key and retrieve whatever's inside. Now I can also see how this could rub fans the wrong way. We waited years for something to be answered inside a video game, but but I personally dig the idea of Steven Universe having this expanded universe, where things you see in the show could be expanded on in other media, which is exactly what Save the Light is. Hensei Knight first appeared as a crude drawing within Centipedal's flashback in Monster Reunion, only to appear as a fully fleshed out, fully voiced character later on in the video game. So it's not unprecedented for the show to introduce something that gets fleshed out in other media. However, this takes me to Possibility 3, and the one that people probably don't want to hear. They don't know. Remember how I mentioned this TV Universe podcast now earlier this year, making sure referring to Save the Light is just canon? Well, an episode of the podcast also released this year with the Cruniverse